Hello and welcome to Leeroy Gaming, where today we return for episode 4 of our Lawful Good Paladin Divine Hunter playthrough. Now, in our last episode, we had just gotten our butts kicked by a demon. We woke up in a town, and now we are off to try and figure out what we can do to potentially save the town of Canabras. We have technically two main quest lines we're dealing with right now. Part of the Wardstone Legacy, we're on Spies Amongst Our Ranks. Let's see here. So right now, our goal is to scout out the Tower of Estrad. So Irabeth does not have the numbers to force the demons out of the Tower of Estrad. She prefers to confine her actions to scouts and information gathered for now. The Burning City, we need to find a storyteller. And also find a secret entrance to the Grey Garrison, as the first time we headed in there, it did not go very well. A common cause, so we got to gather allies for the attack on the Grey Garrison. And finally, part of the companion quest lines, our goal is to find Janath Aldori, which is Sila's friend. An Eagle Watcher fighter and Sila's friend Janath Aldori went missing during a demon attack. Irabeth would appreciate information about her. So we last left off in the inn here, it looks like. So let's go ahead and explore. Let's see what we can find out. Hey, wait! Mind if I bend your ear about something? Anivia is outside your door, leaning casually against the shelf. So here's the first and most important thing. Bev gave you a crucial mission. I get that. I know you'll get the job done. I've seen you in action. But here's the rub. By sending you out in an errand, we're weakening our defenses here. They come at us while you're gone. I don't know if we'll be able to fight them off. So let's see here. Do you want me to stay here and guard the tavern? You what? No, your task is far too important. You can't just hole up here all cozy like, waiting for the demons to knock on the door. You need to take the fight to them. But if those freaks try to make a move on the place, Beth will send a runner to get you. If that happens, you'll get back here, alright? Because if you don't, you'll be coming back to Ashpal. Got it? Thanks for the warning. See you later. Wait, there's something else. So, the rift that damn beetle left with its scythe? Yeah, well, it cut the city into two. Kinda difficult to get across. My scouts tell me there's a halfway decent place to set up a crossing in Market Square. Not that any of them tried to make sure. But if you've got a mind to go across, and I think you're gonna have to eventually, might want to give the square a once over. Later, watch yourself out there. Alright, the Divided City quest line. Here's Sutton Vane. The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Grey Garrison. Name's Stoughton Vane. If you've heard rumors about me, his face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor, as bad as Arelu Vorlesh, and I'm a disgrace, even among the ranks of the condemned. The Queen Galfrey should never have spared me, that I belong on the gallows. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? The storyteller? Staunton strokes his beard in thought. Strange old fellow, that one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort, he just listened. At first I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible. But later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. Hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too. So if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Black Wing. It's a library here. I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use of a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there day and night. I have to go. Go on, then. Maybe we'll see each other again.
Without a doubt.
Right. It's Camellia. Camellia looks you over pensively, toying with the snake-shaped bone omelet that dangles from her pale neck. Noticing your glance, she flashes you a cold, barely there smile. Greetings. It seems for a moment that the girl wants to say something else, but the pause grows too long and she slips back into cautious silence. You don't belong in my party. Just kidding. Your amulet is quite unusual. Where'd you get it? Ah, my little trinket. So nice of you to notice, but I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Alright, I have to go. We'll talk later. I won't keep you. The dawning smile of Camille's face freezes and quickly dies away. A strange figure towers over the bar, a huge, ungainly man of skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equally parts lumpy and pitted, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glass in the albino's large, clumsy hands looks dangerously delicate, as if for one twitch of those calloused fingers would be enough to crush it. Gold medallion engraved with a tankard gleams around his neck. What'll be? Show me what you have. Alright. Now let's go ahead and take a look if we can sell anything. Which money does he have? Maybe it's unlimited, but let's see here. Sell off everything. Need. Just almost everything. Sell the junk. Of this. Oh wow, okay, now we have some magical items. We'll take a look at that in a second. It looks like it auto-identifies when you're a place where you can sell the items. We'll keep one composite longbow in case we run into another ranged character. With the armor, sell all the armors. Flow of water. Interesting cold resistances. Amulet of natural armor. Natural armor is always nice. And then deflection bonus. Alright. And then we can sell all these scrolls. Never end up. Keep the remove sickness stuff. Keep principles as well. Should be good then. It's 5,000 gold, not bad. Let's see who we can equip with these items. Do we have any bonus as far as natural armor? She does not, so I want to get her AC as high as possible. 20 since she's a tank. Deflection bonus. Does she have a deflection bonus already? Assume the shield is a deflection bonus. Or is it different? Let's see. Oh wow, she does not. That's excellent. So just get AC against cold spells, but also buffs your ability to with cold spells. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Marching Terror, that's a cool glaive. Well, we don't have anybody that uses them, but what happened to the magical sword? Not odd. I sworn we had got the magical sword. Quest line. I was supposed to. Did I accidentally sell that? Check. Heavy mace of fire. Okay, this is nice. +1 mace and additional 1d fire damage. So let's give that. There we go. Much, much better. Let's see, did I accidentally sell? I don't think I did. I wonder if it was the Radiance. No, I'm gonna buy it back in case it's something. Pretty sure that's what it was. Because it wasn't showing up as magical. It just... I sold it accidentally. Alright. I'm now overpaying for it, but you know what? It's the price I get for misclicking. Alright. Everything else we're gonna hold on to. Should be good for now. Who else can we talk to? Talk to Jernog. A young man in well-worn traveling clothes and the simple wooden symbol of Erastil on his chest is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tunes about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises warm chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. I'm Jernog, servant of Erastral. Pleased to meet you. I could use the help of a cleric. Jernog makes a helpless gesture. Erastral knows that I'd be glad to help you, but it's no use. My spells are depleted. I have no training in potions or scrolls. Is this robe I'm cutting for bandages? It's the second to last one. What are you doing here? I only took my holy orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me as yet. I'm sorry to say the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. But there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. I have to go. It was a pleasure to meet you. It's a pity we can't stop and talk over a cup of tea. Maybe something stronger, but this isn't the time. You know what's funny? I was only supposed to be making a short stop in Canabras. I was sailing down Old Man Sellen on a boat bound for a small village by the name of Chili Creek. Once we've held Canabras, I'll be going there. If by the grace of the good gods we all survive this, you should come and visit me sometime. You find a village here on the bank of the river. The priest marks Chili Creek on your map. And I believe there was actually a religion check here. Oh yeah. Oh, check past. The medallion that you're wearing. It's like sacred symbol, isn't it? Are you a cleric of Caden? I'm a tavern keeper. Best in the city. Best there's ever been, a man shrugs. You're wondering how this tavern is still standing? It's a miracle. Okay, so you're just gonna ignore me, I guess. Alright, Are there any places in the city worth visiting? If you mean places that normal people usually stay well away from, then there's a plenty, like the Pitaxian wine cellar. General pause for effect. Like the name of the place alone should make you quiver in fear. Once belonged to Pitaxian trading house. Then King Aravati came to power in Pitax. Property started changing hands. Soon after, a seller's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of him, mind you, just his head. The Marian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street. They ended up on the gallows. Then King Aravati's number was up, so now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that a headless ghost wanders the place at night, moaning ghoulishly. Ooh. Alright, reveal the cellar for me. I gotta go. The tavern keeper sees you off with a subtle twitch of his pale eyebrow. That's quick save. Lan. Thank you, Juvenad. Here for check, Commander. I've been waiting for you to come and see what strange beasts you've taken into the party. Yeah, alright, we're just gonna we're gonna get going. We don't need chit-chat, random chit-chat right now. Let's see here. This looks kind of important. Hiller. Tall, athletic man greets you. His hair is prematurely gray, cut very short in military style. Impeccably shaven, lean, well-groomed, with a monocle on his eye twinkling coldly. A bold spark in his eye. His large but agile frame attests that he's a man always ready to get moving. Greetings, I am Hiller, Adventure Captain of the Pathfinder Society. I'm the superior officer among Pathfinders in this region of Mendev. However, Society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud of a demon worshipper named the Spinner of Nightmares. I had to work alone without support of the Society. But I made a lot of acquaintances among the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you need any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me. Oh, interesting. I think this is where you recruit NPCs. Yeah. Alright, we're good for now. But if it's like the first Pathfinder, you talk to them. And the price will increase as you level up because they will scale to your level. So right now it would be a level 2, I believe. So we have like 4 people in the party. If I wanted to, I could create another character. And I may consider it. In fact, if you're watching this and you want to recommend a character that could work with our team, so main focus is Lawful Good. The Paladin is the core tank we have right now. We have me as the Divine Hunter ranged class, and then Lan is going to be the Zen Archer. So we'll see what we add to that. Maybe a cleric, maybe I don't know, like a hunter, like another ranged class with a pet that could provide some off tanking. I don't know. We shall see. All right, we can talk. Speaking of which, Sela, there's the Paladin. Sela smiles at you warmly. Hey there, during that march through the dungeon, we never got the chance to exchange a proper greeting. It's high time I shake your hand. All right, so Irabif says that your friend Jana Aldori is missing. Do you know where we should look for her? Irabif is worried about her fighters. I understand that. I wanted to look for Jana myself, so I didn't distract you. But since you're in this too, I could use some help. Jen and I met in Canabras a few days ago and just hit it off. We went drinking together. We went to that unforgettable celebration together too. But we got celebrated in the crowd. So we should start looking for from the main square. That's where I last saw her. Sela frowns. Jana's a good fighter. Even if she's green, she couldn't have become an Aldori otherwise. I hope that means she's alright. Let's see here. I'd like to know more about you. Alright, let's just get some of the action going. Thank you for speaking with me. Until next time. Smile. See you. Alright. Irabeth rubs her red, tired eyes. Any success? How's the city? We haven't started yet, so I have to go. We probably should start looking. Go, Mayday, keep you safe. Alright. I think that's enough of the chit-chat. It is time for us to move on. Okay, that's interesting. The basement exit area. So this is the event, our little camp area, I guess you could call. The space has been sanctified. It can protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. Oh, interesting. And we'll collect all. See if there's anything hidden up here. Sometimes in these games they'll hide things out of the way. Yep. Not very useful, but I guess that's it, huh? You got me, red herring. Let's check out the basement I see over here. Then we will head out. Oh, wow. Right. A bunch of junk. Oh, more junk, but that's okay. What is going on here? I Mayday, protect us! Dude, it's just me. Take your jokes and shove them, Tiefling. I'm not a Tiefling.
Forwards.
Oh, maybe it's they get. Oh, it's this person in the jail cell. Let's take a look. Wolf GIF. The young Tiefling sits cross-legged on the floor. Oh, that's a he? He looks relatively calm for someone in shackles, but his tail whips back and forth in agitation. Noticing your attention, the Tiefling sits up and beckons you over. Hey, Chief! Hey, Dreamboat! Come over here. I'll talk to you about something really important. Quit bothering the decent people in here, Wolf, or I'll knock your teeth out. Was it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? We're told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you, but no one told me I had to shut my trap. What do you want from me? I'll lay it out for you. Simple job. 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want. I'll get it for you. Some extra rations, no problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too. Even my magic know-how isn't too shabby. Ah, what a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck here now, would you? Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras. Why are you in chains? Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now. He was caught thieving. Your shadow, what was that? Tiefling grins and laughs. Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious. Can't help you while you're chained up here. How can I free you? That's easy. You know Rabeth? Feisty-looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior, make a contribution to society. Got that? Will you do it? Alright, I'll talk to Erebeth about your situation. We'll see. I have a feeling this person may not necessarily be good. Definitely not lawful. But we'll see. Woljif grins. I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you. Now we shall see. Depending on who's in our party, you can always use somebody that has some teething options. Dealing with traps and the such. I know we have somebody right now, but I don't even know what the switches do. Now, where does this lead? Oh, wow. This looks like it's like a back way. Yeah. Interesting. Let's head back. Do we want to... Let's talk to Erebeth really quick, just in case. We can always choose not to take him with me. There's a tiefling chained up in the Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Erebeth shrugs scornfully. Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of Tieflings operating Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended one of them. The rest managed to escape. Had nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's heart. But that's hardly a prison. Waldriff knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? Erebeth squints at you thoughtfully, then shrugs. If you want to recruit Waldriff and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. Hope the tiefling proves useful, should you decide to take him. Alright, I guess we're doing a good deed. Take him off the hands of the guards. For now. And if he doesn't work out, then to quote Conan the Barbarian, to hell with you. Alright, let's see here. I talked to Erebeth and I've decided to take you with my troops. We'll see how it goes. Wodja sleeps to his feet and gleefully rubs his hands. Ha! You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free. You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words. You're a bit of a little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can you? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. Wodja is freed from his shackles and rubs his chafed wrist. And now, Chief, straight down to business. He glances around, making sure that no one is listening. See, I'm one of those guys that people around here call Tieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over the shop and I got stuck here in Defender's Heart, Lord Bird told me that big sister Karishame wants to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Wodja, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Wodja, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down. Just know they want to try to pin something on me. Feel it in my tail. So I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow, let's go. I'll show you the way. Tiefling hideout has been revealed. Oh boy. What could possibly go wrong? Having a tiefling in a party.
I will guide us.
Oh, and we got enough EXP to level. Alright.
Our path leads on.
Let's head out and we shall take a look at everything. Save, and when we get out of town,
Forwards.
we'll see if everybody's ready to level up. Yep, current group. Global map. This is a global map of the city of Canabris. You can move around. You can hover. Of areas we can check out. Alright, some locations may not have been available for travel for various reasons. So what do we have? Here are the options we have so far. Market Square. And here's that cut, the breach. We have Grey Garrison. This is where the whole mission is to try and that's a pretty big garrison. Find ways to get there, so we don't want to be heading there yet. Blackwing Library, so this is where we may get the blind guy. We also have Ixtari Wine Cellar. So from all these conversations, these are the things we're unlocking, so that's pretty useful. So we may want to go to this Tiefling hideout. The spacious, well-furnished cellar under the hardware store, serving as a hideout for Tieflings and Canabris. It's where the elderly sister Karishame, appointed by the family, conducts the gang's affairs by planning robberies and sharing the loot between the gang members. I don't know about this. Alright, let's see what... He's chaotic neutral. Ugh. He's not evil, but we're very, very... lawful. I don't know. Let's see. Take a look quick about us. What is an Eldritch Scout? Scoundrel. He's got 8 intelligence, 20 dex. And these characters are Have some great stats compared to us. He's level 3, so he's a level higher than us. Low wisdom, decent charisma and con. Fascinating. So, the weapon finesse. Interesting. So you can use dex instead of strength. So bows and stuff. He could use bows, but he's not going to get the benefits of, so like a composite bow, for example. Trap finding. Cantrips. So you can cast some spells. Eldritch Scoundrels are proficient with all simple weapons. Crossbow, rapier, short sword, and short bow. Or hand crossbow. No armor, no shields. Okay. Detect magic. Get sneak attack. Oh, this probably means he's got a demonic bloodline. 2-weapon fighting. Okay, for dual wielding. That's good. You can pickpocket. Double slice. Your offhand weapon while dual wielding strikes with greater power. You add your strength bonus to them to rolls with your offhand. Well, that's great, except for the fact that he only has 12 strength. So he's going to get lots of sneak attacks. Master Strike. He's got evasion already and weakened wound. Making a sneak attack against the creature that has damage reduction. Character attack reduces the damage for 2 rounds by amount equal to the character's level. Okay, interesting. Doesn't stack though. You can scribe scrolls too. Finesse training in daggers. Oh, nice. Okay, so with daggers, it gains dex. So I'm assuming that means with double slice, it should then let me add the dex modifier for strength instead, as long as I'm using daggers, and then gets danger sense. All right, we shall take a look, see how it goes. So for now, has an AC 17, so kind of fragile, in all honesty. Why can I not select the other characters? Probably because we're in this screen. Alright, let's just, we'll humor the situation and go to the Tiefling hideout. Oh, you failed to sneak past the enemies. Prepare to fight.
They will break against our resolve.
Alright, giant spider, fun. Stays everybody.
The light take you!
Go for their hearts!
Let's see, archers.
Time to share your treasures.
Oh, look, let's see what he has. He's got invisibility. It's a tiefling thing, I think. Mage armor, interesting. That's kind of cool. Oh, that's because of his... Aha! His casting ability. Grease. Running hand, so he can do a combo. That's fascinating. It's kind of like got the wizard ability, so he can catch things on fire and burn them. That's quite interesting. Let's go ahead and put some armor on him.
Distract them from me.
Should now have 19 armor, okay.
Stab you or zap you.
A little bit
Why not
better.
both?
Oh. Alright. Okay, so before we move on, this is probably a good time to level up. So, I'm going to do a quick cut just to kind of overview some of the options so you guys aren't sitting here while I'm looking at them, and then I will come back and let you know what changes I made. Alright, let's go ahead and level everybody up now. I've taken a look at some elements. Ooh, strength damage permanent. Okay, resting, that's fine. So let's see what we can do here. Level me up, Divine Hunter. Go ahead and increase persuasion some more. And we'll do perception, I guess. Yeah, that looks good. Then for us, Let's do deadly aim, probably, I think. It's pretty good. Or rapid shot, actually. Notice. Fire one additional attack this round at your highest bonus. Now let's do that. More attacks is good. Mercy. So this will let my lay on hands get rid of different effects. Let's get rid of Sicken. Or now fatigued. It's pretty good. Now finish stats. That will potentially let us not have to rest as often. A pinch. The Paladin. So for the Paladin, we'll do Persuasion. We'll do... Surprise doesn't have Religion. Do one of those just to have some variety in case we lose somebody else. You know what? Why not? Just at least get +1 on these for now. Okay, so this is just a straight up Paladin. Getting the Divine Health. Immune to diseases, that's nice. Aura of Courage is now a thing, and we get our Mercies. So let's see, what we can we do to help combat? Didn't look at the Paladin that much in advance. I probably should have. Power attack is never bad. Shield Ball. Oh, Shielded Caster. Let's see here. We really don't know which weapon focus we're going to use yet. You know what? More hit points is pretty good. I know it's kind of generic. It's either that or I'm thinking power attack. You know, we'll go ahead and do power attack. Get a little offensive. Also do the Mercy Fatigued. So we both have ways to get. Now, let's see. Yep, we have auto-enabled the auto-attack. It's good, and what is this? I don't know. She's got auto... Okay, so this is their little Shaman. Trickery, nice trickery bonus there. We will go ahead and diversify a little bit. Now let's see here. Religion, that's a nice stat actually. Guess makes sense, kind of a Shaman. And now for... I think we want combat casting. She does have spells, and if it's mid-combat, yeah, we want to make sure they don't get interrupted. Perfect. We got new spells. Let's take a quick look in spell book. So we got level 1 spells. We added extra healing. Let's see here. I think she's kind of right now our main healer. So I think I'm just gonna add 3 cure moderate or 2 moderate wounds. Make that 3. What spells? Maybe that's what this domain thing is. Yeah, that's what it is. Looks like it has to be of this color. Full strength's not bad though. So we'll do that. And finally our Zen Archer. Let's level him up. Let's unlock some things automatically. Let's take a look at this real quick. So he's got Q pull enabled. That's nice. Key strike magic. Extra fast movement. Point blank master. Oh, nice. Bonus feat. Zen archery. The wisdom modifier instead of dex modifier range attack was. Oh wow. But he's got such high stats. This is only for attacks, not for damage. So what's interesting is I think that means we can buff up his wisdom and his strength instead of his dex. That might not be a bad idea. Stat-wise though, for now, let's increase perception. No, just kidding. We're just gonna max out his these two. And then we'll add, guess in case there's a stealth check that's outside of sneaking. Let's take a look here. I think we may do deadly aim as well. Get the free point blank master. And we'll do that for longbow, which does do composite bow too. There we go. It's quite a bit of options, so let's clean up really quick this option. There's the deadly aim. We'll have that going. So key power, extra attack. This will be for the ranged. Can activate
My
that.
tail is restless.
Alright, this is defense. Color spray. Grease. Burning hands. See how that goes. Interesting enough, could really use some rest for her. I don't know why she wasn't. Yes, I slept, but nobody else did. Let's go ahead.
We're such a good team.
I wonder if we go back to the town and rest. Let's try this really quick. I wonder if I can go back to Ender's Heart. No, so let's do this. Travel back. I want to test out if she failed to sneak. Alright. Get a little extra combat. Can't. Get a little extra EXP, maybe some loot.
Blood.
Oh, just one thing? We got this. Sneak attack. Nice, 15. That is fine and dandy.
My future awaits us.
Damage. Got it. We're having two sneaky characters, potentially. Sure aren't doing a great job of sneaking. No, not here.
Doubt.
And rest. Should be able to. Everything's flipped sideways, so. There we go. Now again, I know it's going to rest me, but I'm going to assume it rests everybody else too.
I will guide us.
Rest took less than an hour. And again, I don't know if that means everybody else rested or not, but if not, it sounds like we'll have to rest in the wild. Yeah, no, unfortunately. I don't know if that's working as intended or a bug. But it looks like we're going to have to have a rest while she's in party. C'est la vie. Ah, we made it without any incidents. Let's see how bad the bonus is. Looks like she just lost -2. We can deal with that. Let's make sure we get the layout here correct. No. Push the back. Let's have her flank. Sounds good. Sister Karishime, there she is. Failed the religion check. The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathering Tieflings. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separate from the rest. A tall woman, who had been cleaning her fingernails with tips of her knife, greets you with narrow eyes. Brother Woljif, you got my message then. Sorry, I couldn't swing by sooner, dear sister Kersame. But just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well, no, I was still in shackles. I was being watched, and then the chief got me out, and then I came here straight away. I knew you'd be waiting for me. Enough talking. or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away. But what happened? That beep, Irabeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Lawful, there we go. The burden of proof lies on the accuser. Woljan doesn't have to prove anything. Garrison turns to you. He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. In a single fluid motion, Karishme adjusts her grip on her knife so that she is now holding it by the blade, as if preparing to throw it. Burden of proof? Are you a city guard or something? I don't know how it is with your lot, but in the family, the highest rank is always right, and here, that's me. Well, Jeff, tell your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Carissa May got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. Woljif jerks his head towards the 5 tieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up, and she says we've got a score. Ancestries and wonders. One place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come to our possession. Long of a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny. So we're in. Most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. It's all true so far. Go on. Did everything right. With the lock and the golem, I picked the lock. I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Melrune had the scroll. Daffy, Tavi, and Varnir brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. Remember scooping up rings and tossing them in the sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. Crawled on the table after it. Next thing I know, Irabeth was there. Everybody scarpered. But I was still under the table, not in my finest moment. I was going to wait it out. But then those blockheads were dragging me out by the tail, put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. And to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So, they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash any. Karishime is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the Moon of the Abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the Moon of the Abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of the Wonders and Antiquities. Sterling silver, sparkled like the star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, a crescent, a waning moon. In the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Fieldman was so proud of that amulet, he used to say, I'll never sell it. It's the jewel of my collection. We'll just signs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kind of treasure there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Canabras. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? You ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging out around Wonders and Antiquities. Drooling over the Moon of the Abyss, did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Do you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free? With a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. See right through you. Why would Irabeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. Doesn't make any sense. If I were a rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand. Been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family so the fish in the cellar can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? The Moon of the Abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Herbert's people would protect you. You knew you could pin the moon going missing on them, and now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody returned the amulet to Philman. Are you giving Erebeth a cut? Is that it? Have you seen her? You think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Ayamede all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who will take bribes. I'm sorry to say, but Erebeth Tirabade isn't one of them. Go on, Wiljif. That's the whole story. Wiljif crosses his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turns out to be. It's just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the moon off the abyss. What am I going to do with it? Can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. Can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Carissime, I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by his horns. Just so you don't end up at the bottom of the cellar. But you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology, right here, in front of everyone. And apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry, Wiljif. You're a good guy. I was wrong about you. Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Wiljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family comes for you. You'll have no peace, but one day, you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath. That is when we'll get you. Got that? You've got a ways of words, Sister Kermise. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way, nevertheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary gal Ilrebeth. She knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Alright, we'll find a real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onwards to Erebeth, Chief. Let's go clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons.
Without a doubt.
Right. So we get a little deduction. So we'll go ahead and talk to her. So today's episode is a lot of talking, a little bit of traveling. But let's see what happens here. And once we figure that out, we'll cut until the next episode. But let's see what we can do here for now. Cultist.
We shall overcome.
Oh, look at this. We got an archer, so let's actually take care of the ranged.
Make every strike count.
Sela can go here. Just sneak attack the cultist.
You are today's
Her too.
sacrifice.
Nice. No, we'll do that rest. Keep putting it off. Might as well, so when we head out for the real battles of these issues. Let's see. Rest up.
Forwards.
Bit of a visual graphical glitches here. Okay. Camouflage, we can give Kim. Night Watch. This. I've heard find stuff. This is actually kind of a clicking. Scroll scrabbing. Many scroll scrabbing. Here's this element. So we can understand why we can't select the second one. So we might be doing something wrong. potion stuff. I don't think recipe to cook. Already. Maybe enough. Doesn't seem. This interface is still quite glitchy. It seems like. Well, we don't have the regens for it. That's why. Oh, here's the shift too. That makes sense. There we go. I was being. Okay, begin rest.
Hey ho, the dairy-o with his chicks aflame and his truce down low. Ugh, I can't get that tune out of my head. Damn tavern songs.
It was 19 hours. But looks like that took care of the weakness at least. There you go, Masterwork Composite. That's always nice.
Our path leads on.
Go. Let's go talk to Erebeth.
Without a doubt.
Some great lighting in this game. Erebeth rubs her red and tired eyes. Any success? How's the city? There's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who's your informant among the Tieflings? Erebeth arches her brows in surprise. Canabras is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? Erebeth sighs. I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. Erebeth hesitates as she tries to remember. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face. But the horns, straight horns, didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancestries and Wonders. Shop they tried to rob. Owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. Golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact. So you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Irori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. Alright, so we now know he had the informant had straight horns, and we also know that the golem may have more information. Let's take a quick gander. See if we have on the map the store where the golem would be. Maybe it's added. Question is, where is it? There's the tower. Pretty big city. So residences, so we don't need to go there. There's a library that's going to be talked to the blind man. Wine cellar. There it is. Ancestries and Wonder Shop. Reputable old shop whose name speaks for itself. Just a quick trip there. Let's evade the enemy if we can, for time's sake right now. Do you want to enter location? Yes, we do. Oh wow, totally dark.
See this through.
Have any light spells? Light of the Angels. I don't know if this actually lights the area up though. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't seem to actually light anybody up. That's funny.
I will help where I can.
Just gonna check real quick.
We will win this war.
She's got like
What's on your mind?
full strength. Oh wow, we have to. Rhombus. The things around. Of the common spells here. Figure things out. Okay, but it does not look like cantrip. Oh, there we go. Thought we would have something such. Just took a little searching.
No reason to
I think
pause.
it's an arcane spell, I believe. Paladin also have it. Paladin doesn't have that.
Together, we
Paladin
stand.
doesn't have spells
I
yet.
hear the voice of the spirits.
She does have light though. Oh. That's good to know. I have that in case we the other. All right. Let's take a look. What do we got here? Some goods. Scrolls. What else do we find? I heard that tick. Demonic heart. Yeah, that looks like a placeholder. Holder if I ever did see one. Boy, the polished oak shelves once showcased magic rings and amulets. Now all that's left are grubby handprints of the robbers. Alright. Unique weapons and antique armor were previously displayed here. Not anymore. Formerly well-appointed shop now looks like a sorry state. It has been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to a scorched wall, soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. The golem's eye glow in the gloom. Master, code word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, hand of Aurori. Code word correct. The golem eyes begin brighter. Awaiting orders. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. The golem is silent for a moment. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human, female, old. No male, old. Human, female. They'll be reeling off customers tonight. We need to ask it in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? The golem is silent for a while. Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling male, medium height, long, straight horns. That's what we saw, straight horns. Medium length tail, eye color, pale blue, skin color, dark. Special observations, red hair. Ooh, that's our trader. I'd bet you my life on it. Karamesi drilled it into our heads that we wasn't to go hang out about the shop. Red hair. Got a couple of gingers. And plenty more to get it out of a bottle. So much for special observation. Golems ain't all they cracked up to be, huh? Maybe Masters knows more. Enough. Where is your master? Philomen Frulartros. My master is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. Prohibited. He likely holed himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where's the basement of this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Right. Oh, move the golem.
The mongrel did it.
There we go. Okay. Very, very nice. So, I think we will pause the episode here. Next episode, we will be going down into the basement, find out more information from the Tinkerer shop owner, and see where our adventures lead us. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. I know it was a lot of talking and kind of getting situated in the new city. Next episode probably will be filled with much more action and satisfaction. So till next time, guys, it's Leeroy Gaming. Make sure to like and subscribe to get more content. See you guys.